Hey everybody, happy 4th of July and welcome to another episode of Still Kicking with Billy Howard. As you can see, I am still kicking this 4th of July 2017 and happy birthday independence. Happy birthday the United States of America, because that really is when it was born, at least as an idea. Anyway, I want to talk today about one thing really, and that's freedom. And as you know, I think privacy is the foundation of freedom. And of course, I think it's freedom that makes us exceptional. It's freedom that does make us great. And it's not wealth, and it's not even a great middle class, which I think is important to being great, but it's really the freedom. And it's the freedom that created that middle class, by the way. And I want to talk about freedom today, and I want to talk about privacy too, because I think they're linked. And I also want to tell you, I always forget to remind you all, the guys out there, that if you want to talk to me in person, you can always come see me at Fonte's Coffee, where I sing every Friday and Saturday night. I think it's 2501 Grinstead Drive. It's right where Lexington crosses Grinstead. It's a really great place. It has really good wines and beers, and it has really great coffees. You can really get coffee if you want. And they have lots of great snacks and tempting morsels. And we have a lot of fun there. And I'm basically the human jukebox, and people look at my playlist and ask me to play things. And it's a lot of fun. And we do everything. We talk about politics, too, especially when the boss isn't there. No, he wouldn't care, because it's a coffee shop, and that's where you have these kind of conversations, right? Anyway, it's Fonte's Coffee, and it's on Grinstead Drive, and I hope you'll come check it out, even if you come on a day when I'm not there, because it's a wonderful place to be. But I would love to meet some of you guys out there. I don't know how many there are, but hopefully there are some people that watch this. Anyway, I had an interesting experience this weekend. On Sunday, I went to a brunch for a friend of mine who's in town. He lives in San Francisco now, but I grew up with him. And he's of Chinese descent. And we were talking about, global labor markets and how our people have to compete with people in China where they don't have freedom and all this. And he kind of didn't like hearing that. And he said, well, and I was talking about their lack of civil rights, human rights, and everything, and they don't have privacy. And he said, well, Billy, in China, mothers read their children's mail. That's just how it is. And I said, well, having your mom read your mail is a little different from having the government read your mail, or some big corporation who will be an intermediary for the government. And he said, well, he kind of ignored what I said. And then he said, well, you can't impose your culture on us. And I said, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know I'd said anything about imposing my culture on you. I said, what I want to do is keep my culture. What I want to do is keep my privacy and keep my freedom. And in China, they're using now, this is an article that was in the Wall Street Journal, they're using facial recognition to track people and shape their behavior. And they've got these big kind of jumbotrons on the corners, and if you jaywalk, your picture appears on the jumbotron, and they humiliate you. It's a jumbotron humiliation thing, and basically the Chinese are doing openly what our government does covertly, and it's happening around the world, and it's all happening because of technology. And there's interesting stories this week about technology. The European Union slapped Google with a record fine because their searches are unreliable. Their searches are fixed. They are fixed to give you the answer that Google wants you to get. Also, Google is facing government accusations that it underpays women and is resisting requests for discovery for salary data. Google said its computers will soon stop reading the emails of its Gmail users. Isn't that nice of them? Did you know that? I mean, and they sell this stuff to data miners, all this information, and they use it to manipulate you, and you paid to be manipulated. Well, you don't have to pay Google, but you have to pay to hook up to Google. Well, anyway, all that got me thinking about freedom. And so I wrote this little thing, and it's kind of a paean to freedom. Is that a song of praise? It's not a poem, because I don't know. I'm no poet, as we all know. Anyway, here we go. Oh, freedom, you release us from slavery and prison. Oh, freedom, thank you for your sweet exemption from arbitrary and autocratic control. And by the way, control is probably the opposite of freedom. Oh, freedom, you grant us liberty of action, thought, and speech. Oh, freedom, always frank and open when you speak. Oh, freedom, provider of free will, agency, and independence. Oh, freedom, sweet freedom from technology. Oh, freedom, fearless, bold, and brave. Oh, freedom, so many hate you, the fearful, the timid, the cowards. Oh, freedom, degraded by the Patriot Act and the Congress of Cowards that passed it. Oh, freedom, besieged by cowards who fear you and yearn for security. Oh, freedom, even lip service to you ebbs away under the boot of political correctness. Oh, freedom, the web has you stuck in silky silicon. Oh, freedom, digital surveillance keeps tabs on you, watches what you say, do, and think. Oh, freedom, surveillance, that great tool of control, always shrinking you, chilling you, cutting off your oxygen. Oh, freedom, abuse, that great tool of control, never relents. Oh, freedom, the abusive Elon Musk wants to read our private thoughts with monstrous transparency. Of course, not for him or Google, but for you. Oh, freedom, trampled by the likes of Sergey Brin and Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. Oh, freedom, the drones circle overhead, barely audible, but watching, surveilling, aiming at and attacking you. Oh, freedom, up against the alliance of technology and global fascism, who attempt to cover your face in shame. Oh, freedom, Silicon Valley never stops inventing new tools to kill you. Oh, freedom, even free inquiry has been corrupted by Google's rigged search engine. Oh, freedom, brought so low that 75% of American citizens live paycheck to paycheck. Oh, freedom, now we are a country that tortures people. Oh, freedom, smothered by the helicopter mommy government technology partnership. Oh, freedom, in the globalized markets you have few buyers. Oh, freedom, replaced by our elite high-tech bullies and willing torturers. Oh, freedom, the great gift of God to all his children. Those inalienable rights are under constant assault by the hordes who worship technology, science, who worship knowledge and who worship power, and most of all, who worship themselves. Oh, freedom, these hordes have no moral guidance to give them pause, humility, or restraint. Oh, freedom, these hordes of technology worshipers and cheerleaders whose greed for control and power crush you and exterminate you without a thought to your value. Oh, freedom, you treasure, you great gift from God. I pledge here and now that no matter how unpopular you become, I will stand up and speak out on your behalf. Oh, freedom, I will fight for freedom. I will fight the freedom haters in Silicon Valley, Wall Street, and Washington until my last breath. Oh, freedom, God endowed us with you to make us in his image. Free, just as free as God. Free to love God or to reject God. He does not compel us to love him. We are free to be loving or selfish. We are free to be creative or destructive. We are free to comfort or abuse. And we have that from God. O dear God of freedom, I will oppose those who take away your gift. O dear God of freedom, everything our elite leaders are working towards was predicted in your word, your New Testament, your revelation. O freedom, I thank God for you, this precious gift. O freedom, I prefer FaceTime to Facebook. O freedom, you drown while the oligarchs of technology bob safely on their mega yachts. O freedom, banished in China, where citizens only have the right to obey. O freedom, let American citizens see how bleak life is without you, if they are not too greedy to look. Not to a mere country or nation, I pledge allegiance to freedom. O freedom, you are great. America used to be great and can be great again, but not without you. It's freedom that makes America great. Oh dear, sweet freedom. Thank you for listening to another episode of Still Kicking with Billy Hauer. We will be back next Tuesday. That is, if I'm still kicking. Live up, be free, and remember, I love you. Bye-bye.